right.
So what's up, everyone? I'm here with Amble, who are here with. Is this your first time in Boston? No.
It's our first U.S. festival
Right.
ever. But we played a show in Boston in September. I actually spent a summer here in 2018.
Oh, nice.
I spent 3 months in Southie in Boston.
Oh, so you're right in the. So you know what they call the beach in Southie?
What was
It's
it?
referred to as the Irish Riviera.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
But yeah,
I love Boston. Yeah, we've all spent a bit of time here. Yeah.
great. But I mean, you go right from Boston Calling, like the biggest music festival in Boston this year, to playing with Hozier at Fenway. Like those are like your first 2 shows of the summer. Like, like I mean, I gotta imagine, like, you know, you've spent time in Boston, so you know it's pretty hallowed ground being at Fenway Park. And
Oh, totally. I was actually at a game there as well.
Yeah.
I went to see the Red Sox play, and I was only 20 years of age. So if somebody told me then that 7 years later I'd be back playing with Hozier, like I probably would have fainted.
yeah, I mean, I gotta imagine.
It is all surreal, but it's brilliant, and we can't wait to play at Fenway. Like what an arena to play in, and to support somebody like Hozier, somebody that we all love and look up to. It's just it's a real moment for us. So.
No, I gotta imagine. That's again just to do like this and then like head to that. I mean, but like, so for people who might not be familiar with your music and things like that. I mean, what's kind of the one thing that you'd want them taking away from each of your shows? Because it's these huge stages. First of all, I did. Congratulations on Reverie. I listened to it like all day yesterday. I mean, it's amazing. But like the feel of it is like this very like intimate kind of atmospheric thing. So like, how do you bring that to a larger stage?
Yeah, I think we try and always bring it. It's kind of like a community, nearly a gig. Like we always try and bring it in. I think as well, we're, like storytelling is kind of what our music is all based around. All our songs. So we try and like naturally we tell stories on stage. We tell us what the songs are about, and it seems to be going okay so far.
Yeah.
Some rooms are rowdier than others, and that's just happens. But they always want then they're all sing-alongs as well. Like so, we cater for all. I think in the shows.
So to that end, so like this idea of like Reverie, this idea of like, you know, it's very like nostalgic. And a lot of this thing, the kind of the threads that kind of run through all the songs is this idea of like leaving home or like loss or like thinking about something that's happened in the past. And my question to that end is like, is there something, you're going to be on the road for a while now, so is there something you already miss from home, or is there something that or is something silly that like we have here that you don't have at home, or like, you know, what's the one thing that you...
I mean, I guess it's family you got to say first and foremost. That's what I think of when I think of home, and it's the people you miss. And just as you say, that the theme of the album, like Ireland is an island, and it's like people just are always leaving and always have and stuff. It's kind of built into the Irish psyche,
right?
And I think that comes into our music. So many of our songs are about leaving home and coming back to home, and you know, our friends and family. So I think it does run through our music.
Yeah, and it's people in America love to say that they're Irish.
Yeah,
that's like
a
thing.
A lot of them are.
And so, like, you know, I grew up, you know, listening to the Chieftains. I grew up listening to, like, you know, the Pogues, like really, you know, the Irish music, and it's been throughout my house, and you know, so there was that like connection for me. You know, just like it sounds like the stuff my grandfather or father would put on the record player, and you know,
I love that.
It's amazing to me to like that you know that music still exists. And do you see the movie? Sinners? Did you see that movie yet? No. So
it's been brought up.
So it's the second time. All right. So, but like it was, you know, I've been doing a lot of talking with people recently about that movie, and you know how Irish music influenced country music or modern folk music and country music, American music, and they do a killer version of Rocky Road to Dublin, like in the movie, and so it's you know, I started singing like in the movie theater, and like my wife was like, stop.
I mean, especially since we got to the East Coast as well, it's like you almost feel at home in Boston and New York compared to being in LA and stuff. Here is like Boston is Irish.
Yeah. I mean, we try as hard as we can. So, which I was reading the press release and reading all the information. Which one of you, two of you, were teachers?
Yeah.
I'm a high school teacher by day. So, what did you teach?
I was an elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
So I taught all subjects.
Yeah.
And I taught kids between the age of 4 to 12.
Yeah.
That was my genre.
And I was high school, so I was like a PE and maths teacher. So
awesome.
Gym and maths teacher, yeah. So 12 to 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
teacher, you say?
I teach high school. Yeah.
What do you teach?
I teach Latin and Greek.
Wow.
We're still here. We're still doing it. So that's why, like, yeah. So that,
Yeah.
you know, but I taught a little bit of English too. So it's, what do you miss? What do you miss about that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We're playing Fenway Park.
Oh no, yeah, no.
No, like similar to what Oisin said about home, it's all about the people. I had great relationships in the school. I was in the same school for 4 years in Terranero, St. Pius, and yeah, when you get through to a kid, you know, when a child doesn't know how to do something and you teach them how to do it or you show them how to do it, there's such a huge feeling of fulfillment and you know, it's a very rewarding job teaching. So. I definitely have no regrets. I loved when I was there, but Amble and music is a passion, and it's very rare that you get to turn that passion into a job. Yeah. So I don't have any regrets. I don't miss it.
So when the band formed in 2022?
Yeah.
And so it must have. I mean, this has been like an absolute rocket ship.
It was like December 22 as well. So it was January 23. So.
So like leaving teaching, probably like this got too big too
left
fast.
Teaching,
you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that was it. I did it for like a year, just where like we were playing gigs midweek, and I was going in teaching and sleeping in the toilet at lunch. And it was just hectic, and I was looking at like emails coming in from different labels and management and stuff, and as soon as all that happened and the gig started, like my heart wasn't in teaching anymore. Yeah. All I wanted to do was be with these two fellas and play music. So it was only fair kind of to myself and to everyone else that I just left teaching and pursued this. And you know, we needed a bit of backing. We needed a moment to make that happen. And it was when we got signed to the label in LA that we were just like, feck it, we got to go at this full time and give it a go. So that was it. That was last January of 24. Yeah, January 24.
Wow. So this has been just like a year and a half of just whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
And you've been all over the place. That's crazy. So being here, you know, with all these like crazy acts, I mean, you're going to be here all day. Are you here all weekend, or are you just here?
Just today. We're flying back tonight.
We're actually flying home tonight.
Oh, wait. Yeah. All right. So is there anybody? Was you right after your set, or you?
No, we'll stay for a while. We'll stay for a while. Yeah.
So is there anybody you want to meet backstage, or?
Avril Lavigne would be a real moment. I grew up listening to Avril Lavigne. I love Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
James Bay is playing as well, isn't he? Yeah, James Bay is very good.
Oh yeah? Who was over there?
Simon. I can't remember. Simon France, but I know his music.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure we'll meet people. Yeah.
Big fan.
Simon.
You know that guy with the shirt. You know him, right? So it's been in Boston. I'm just like, what's one song? So from Reverie, especially, is there a song that like you're excited to play, like for an audience this big?
Like many of these songs have been out for a couple of months, you know.
Yeah, right.
So like, there's only a couple of new ones on the album. This is a real collection at a moment where we just wanted to get these songs out because we felt like if we didn't put them out now, they'd never come out. Because our sound is ever evolving and stuff like that. But you know, we've been playing a lot of these songs live since the start, and like every time we play a song like Lonely Island or Swan Song. Yeah.
Swan Song, that's an incredible song.
Anytime we played those songs. From the new ones, I'm excited to play Gemini for bigger stages this summer.
Although I've been like listening to this album 48 hours straight.
Good.
Yeah. No, I love that. And
Marley Park as well is a nice lively one. I think this summer it'll be good fun to play that one. So.
And I played Mary's Pub for my wife.
Nice.
And she just like there wasn't a dry eye in the house. That's an incredible song, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. And it's for me that's like it sounds like something I've heard before. Like it's incredibly familiar but new.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like
That's lovely.
what you were going for.
Absolutely.
Like it felt it felt like home.
Good.
And a lot of those songs that I hear in Reverie like kind of hit that. I'm not from where you're from, but I get the sense that again like those moments where you're just kind of by yourself thinking about things in the past and things that like haven't gone your way or started to and then didn't and fell apart. You know, that's kind of like
nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm not.
No.
Right on. Okay.
No, absolutely.
No. I'm big fan. So, well, thank you guys for taking that. So I have one more question. Yeah, by the way, you have any questions for me that I can answer for you?
No. I was going to say, what's your favorite song from the album?
Oh, so Mary's Pub is definitely Schoolyard Days
Nice.
is incredible, but like, the first line, but I love just the way the three of you play together. I mean, it's as cohesive as you can be, but I love when I can pick out, I can hear influences as I go, So, there's there's bits where, you hear some like folk influences, or you hear some like maybe some Glenn Hanser or something like that. You like all those things that I've loved.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that Gemini's unbelievable. And then Swan Song, like I can't pick you picked the perfect song to end the end. But yeah, so the last question I have for you. Oh my pleasure. So the only question I have for you left. What is your favorite episode of Mac and Goo?
Episode of what?
Mac and Goo.
Mac and Goo.
Yeah.
I'd say the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be your normal pick.
The third one where your man comes in.
Oh yeah, you got
Podge.
that, yeah.
Where Podge comes in and he comes in the motorbike. And,
oh yeah, right. You
you
totally got it. Yeah.
He
Well,
runs
thank
away
you
with your
thank
one.
you for sitting down. I know you got a busy day, so thank you guys
Thank you
for
very
taking
much.
the time. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, cheers.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Yeah.